Hello and welcome to the long overdue week in review for Module 7. I'm also going to cover Module 8. So here we are. We're in the final few weeks or few days of the course. So I'm going to talk about really how we're going to finish up the course at this point. So let's jump in there and take a look at it. Now let's see, bring up the course here. So right now we're in Module 7. With that, we're in our last week of the Career Opportunity Summit where we're looking at those healthcare career reports. The thing about the career reports, make sure, I'll pull this up real quick, that with those healthcare career reports that you have at least 2 or at least 4 of the peer evaluations done. So 4 peer evaluations done to get the full points. Again, I've included all the folks that went through it in the spring, so there's plenty of people for you to pick to get the 4. So make sure you have those 4 done. We needed 2 for Module 6 and 2 for Module 7. So to get that piece done. Then this week we're going to be doing a discussion on graduate school. So just take a moment, think about your thoughts on whether you want to go on and get a master's degree. There is no right or wrong answer for that. Many of our students do go on and get their master's degree. It really depends on your situation, though. If you're kind of new in your career and still kind of feeling out what direction it's going to land within healthcare, then taking some time, a few years, to figure out where you're going to be. Once you're going to kind of find a home within healthcare, then you may decide where that master's at. That's pretty much going to dictate what you want to get your master's in. So, if you're in human resources, then you may decide at that point, this is what I'm going to like doing. This is what I see my career flourishing in. I'm going to get maybe an MBA with a concentration in human resource management, or you may be getting a master's degree in human resource management. But you'll have a lot clearer picture then. So I guess wait for the future to unfold before you decide to pick that master's, because with the master's, you're going to be drilling down in general to a specific area. Even within an MBA, you will have maybe an area of concentration. So, and you can pick, there are MBAs where you can just be more general, which are perfectly fine too. But again, if you're kind of unclear about what the future is going to hold, let it kind of unfold over a couple of years so you get a better idea. But then the other food for thought is if you kind of know where your career is going and you've already got the momentum and with education and all of that, and then just continuing, because it does get harder as you get older and other things start to accumulate in your life to go back to school. Not impossible, but it just seems harder for some reason. So, and I think it's because all other responsibilities start creeping in. Okay, so that's what we're doing with that. Now with Module 8, let's take a look at that. Module 8 is going to be super easy, but I do want you to take some time on this. And with Module 8, the only thing that you're going to be doing is a reflection. So we're going to have one reflection item in here. Let me just kind of scoot this down just a bit. So you have a reflections assignment down here, and there is no requirement on page count. There's no APA format, but do take some time in here to think about that. I do have some guiding questions that you can maybe use to think about this, but you don't have to stick to that. You can take it in any direction you like with your final reflection piece. So Module 8 should be relatively, relatively easy to do. But do take a little bit of time to make a meaningful piece in that our final module. All right, well, that pretty much concludes the basics that we need to get the course done. As far as grading, we're all set. I've got all the grading done. All the way up through Module 7. Your career reports are done. All that stuff is all set. So, and I think nobody has any outstanding assignments at this point, but double check, look at the grade book, make sure I didn't miss anything. If I did, let me know. Get that updated for you. So we can finish everything without any questions and I didn't miss anything for you. So All right, well, that pretty much concludes the weekend review for Module 7 and also for Module 8. I will check in with you at Module 8 next week before the course closes, kind of one final check-in. So please, even if you decide to, if you get your reflection piece done, early on Monday, please check in on the course before it closes on either Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Just one final time to kind of button everything up before we're done. All right. Well, Paige, Ayana, that's all I have for this week. And as always, thank you for watching.